Hi friends, myself K. Lakshmi, Assistant Professor of SNH Department, Chebrolu Engineering College. In this class, I would like to discuss about interference. Keywords: introduction, interference, types of interference, conditions for interference. Light is a form of energy which is used for sense of vision. The another name of light, optics. Optics is the branch that deals with the light production, emission of light, and propagation of light. One of the branch in optics is physical optics. The physical optics is the branch that deals with the phenomena of interference, diffraction, polarization. In the 17th century, the properties of light was first explained by Sir Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton was proposed a theory which is named as corpuscular theory. Basing on Newton's corpuscular theory, he explained about the reflection, refraction, and dispersion properties of light. But it failed to explain the interference, diffraction, polarization, photoelectric effect, Compton effect, blackbody radiation, and double refraction. After failure of Newton's corpuscular theory, in 1679, Huygens proposed wave theory of light. According to Huygens wave theory, light having wave nature. And this theory successfully explained the reflection, refraction, total internal reflection. But still it is failed to explain about the photoelectric effect, blackbody radiation. After failure of Huygens wave theory, Maxwell's proposed Maxwell's electromagnetic theory. Light waves are transverse wave nature. This theory explains the phenomena of polarization. Interference of light. The phenomena of interference of light tells us about the wave nature of light. In optics, the interference means superimposition of two or more waves which results in a new wave pattern. The examples of the interference pattern are multiple colors observed on the soap bubble which is reflected by the sunlight, and also patch of oil floating on the surface of the water which is reflected by the sunlight. These are the best example for the interference phenomena. If the two light waves of same frequency and constant phase difference between them passes through a same region of medium and they are superimposed with each other, there is a modification of intensity of light in a region of superimposition. So simply the definition of interference is modification of intensity. Types of interference: constructive interference, destructive interference. In constructive interference, the superimposition of waves at certain points in the region of a superimposition, the resultant intensity becomes greater than the sum of the intensities due to individual waves. Here, when you observe the figure, wave 1 and wave 2 are there. By the superimposition of these two waves, the resultant wave like that. When you observe the resultant wave, the intensity is modified. Compare with initial waves. So in constructive interference, the resultant amplitude is always equal to the sum of the amplitudes of the two individual waves. The condition for constructive interference is path difference is equal to integral multiple of wavelength. So the path difference is n lambda, where n is equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. Destructive interference. During the superimposition of waves at certain points in the region of superimposition, the resultant intensity becomes less than the sum of the intensities due to individual waves. That means in destructive interference, the resultant amplitude is always equal to the difference of the amplitudes of two individual waves. So the condition for obtain destructive interference is the path difference between the two waves is equal to the odd integral multiple of wavelength. The path difference in destructive interference may be expressed as in two forms. If the n value is starting from 1, then we can use the formula path difference is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. If n value is starting from 0, then condition for destructive interference is 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. When you observe the figure, this is wave 1, this is wave 2. In destructive interference, by the superimposition of these two waves, the resultant wave is like that. So, when we recall the definition of destructive interference, the resultant amplitude is always less than the initial waves. Because of that, the two waves are incoherent. So these are the two types of interference. One is constructive interference, another one is destructive interference. Types of interference. Depending upon the formation of interference pattern, interferences are two types. They are division of wavefront, another one is division of amplitude. Division of wavefront. The wavefront from a single slit source is divided into two parts. Using the phenomena like reflection and refraction, these light rays or these wavefronts are split into two wavefronts. By the imposition of these two wavefronts, interference pattern is formed. Best example for division of wavefront is Young's double slit experiment. The next technique is division of amplitude. In this case, the amplitude of the light beam is splitting. So due to splitting of amplitude, the two light waves are superimposed. Then the interference phenomena is occurring. The best example for this case is Newton's rings experiment and Michelson interferometer experiment. Next, conditions for interference. Before discussion conditions for interference, we know about the coherence. It is a very important concept which is associated with the idea of interference. So what is the meaning of coherence? Coherence means the two or more electromagnetic waves are in fixed phase relationship between each other. In generally, the phase between two electromagnetic waves can vary from point to point or change from instant to instant. So simply, the coherence means the light waves having same frequency, same amplitude, same wavelength. So here the two light waves of emitting light waves should be coherence means they have the same frequency. The two sources must emit continuous light waves of same wavelength. So as the amplitude of light waves or the wavelength of the light waves are not same, we cannot observe the clear image on the screen. So I would like to explain these conditions of interference by taking an example of cinema theatre. In cinema theatre, the distance between screen and source should be sufficient large, then the image on the screen will be clarity. That is, visibility of the audience sit far away from the screen more compared with audience sit near the screen. The distance between the two sources and the screen should be large. The separation between two sources should be small. The two sources should be small, otherwise the image is blurred. The sources should be narrow. They cannot travel long distance because As the sources should not narrow, they cannot travel long distance. And the image on the screen is blurred. That's why the sources should be narrow. When you observe in the cinema theater is completely in a closed manner or simply in a dark position. To observe the clear picture on the screen, the background should be dark. The same condition is applied for interference also. To view the interference fringes, the background should be dark. The amplitude of light waves should be equal or nearly equal. I already said that the light sources must be coherent. Coherence means they have same amplitude, same wavelength, same frequency. So these are the conditions for obtaining good interference pattern on the screen. Thank you.